Hello, good morning. In the previous class, we have studied the two angular momentum of nucleons. That is, the first one is the spin angular momentum, second one is the orbital angular momentum, and in the today's class we are studying third angular momentum, that is the total angular momentum, and it is denoted by the letter J. Okay, we already know spin angular momentum is due to the spin of the particles. Second, orbital angular momentum is due to the orbital motion of the particles of the molecule, and third one is the total angular momentum J of the nucleons. It is the vector sum. We know already two angular momentum, but third one is the vector sum of its orbital and spin angular momentum. So that's why this J is nothing but the J is equals to L plus S. That is the vector sum of, this is the orbital angular momentum and the spin angular momentum, and the magnitude of the total angular momentum of the nucleus given by magnitude is given by mod of J is equals to mod of vector J is equals to under root of J into J plus 1 and square root and into H cross. So this is the magnitude of total angular momentum J, where J is the total angular momentum quantum number. J is the total angular momentum quantum number. Okay, so this is about the total angular momentum. So for both the proton and neutron, which are fermions, that is S is equals to 1 by 2 and L is an integer. We know that S has the value 1 by 2 and L has any integer. L has an integer, any integer. Then this J can take the values 1 by 2. This J has the values 1 by 2, 3 by 2, 5 by 2 and so on. So these are the values for the S is equals to 1 by 2 and L has a number. If we write 1 by 2 for the S and L is equals to 1, then S plus L is equals to 1 by 2 plus 1 gives 3 by 2. So in this way, whenever taking L is equals to 2, we get the value 5 by 2, then 7 by 2, then 9 by 2. So these are the values of J for the L has an integer and S is equals to 1 by 2. That means J is always half integral. That means half integral. J has the always value half integral. Okay, then the magnetic total angular momentum quantum number MJ. Magnetic total angular quantum number denoted by the M and suffix J. Magnetic total angular momentum quantum number, angular momentum here word written by the letter M and suffix J, is the component of J in the specified quantization directions that of the applied magnetic field and usually taken as the Z axis and its value. So MJ can take the values. Take the values. So which values? Twice J plus 1 values. Here twice J plus 1 values. So for that the MJ has the value. Therefore the possible values are, first one is the J This first one is the j, second is the j minus 1, and again it increases to minus of j minus 1, minus of j minus 1, and here minus j. So these are the values for the mj, that is the magnetic total angular momentum quantum number. Okay, that means twice j plus 1 values, and possible values are j, j minus 1, up to increasing value minus of j minus 1 and minus j. So this is the third angular momentum of the nucleus, that is the total angular momentum. So then next one is the total angular momentum of the nucleus. That is fourth one, total angular moment. This is the angular momentum of nucleons, but we have to study the total angular momentum of the nucleus. Total angular momentum of nucleus. This is the fourth one, total angular momentum of nucleus. Okay, the total angular momentum of the nucleus, it is written as the letter I for the particular nuclear state, is the resultant of the individual total momenta of all the constituent nucleons in the nucleus. That means total angular momentum of the nucleus for the particular nuclear state is the resultant of the individual total angular momentum of all the constituent nucleons in the nucleus. Therefore, it is written as the magnitude of total angular momentum of nucleus, that is mod of I is equals to under root of I into I plus 1 into h cross. So this is the magnitude of total angular momentum of the nucleus, where I is the total angular momentum quantum number. Okay, I is the total angular momentum quantum number for the nucleus. This is for the nucleus. Okay, total angular momentum quantum number for the nucleus. The value of I depends on the type of interaction or the coupling between the nucleus. I, generally called the nuclear spin, is an integral multiple of h cross or h cross by twice pi if A is even. If A is even. Okay, if A is even, and if A is even, for A means the atomic mass of the atom, that is the A. If A is even and an odd half integral multiple of h cross when h is odd, that means I is called the nuclear spin, is an integral multiple of h pi. If A is even, then I has the value integral multiple. Okay, if A is even, I has the value integral multiple of h cross, and if A is odd, then I has the value odd half integral multiple. I has odd half integral multiple of h cross. So these are the two facts, that is if A is even, I has the value integral multiple of h cross, and if A is odd, then I has the value odd half integral of the h cross. If both Z and A are even, then if both Z and A is even, that means the atomic number and the atomic mass of the atom, if both value has the even, the value of I in the ground state is always 0. I has 0 value in ground state. Okay, so these are the conditions. If A is even, if A is odd, if both Z and A is even, then all the odd nuclei, that is the nuclei with the odd number of protons and odd number of neutrons, and hence even A has an integral multiple of I. On the other hand, all odd even, and that is on the other hand all odd even nuclei, that is the nuclei with the odd number of proton and even number of neutron, or odd number of neutron and even number of proton, and hence odd A as the half integral spin line between the h cross by 2 and 9 h cross by 2. So this is about the total angular momentum of the nucleus, that is the fourth part of the angular momentum of the nucleons. Okay, so in the next class we will study the magnetic moment of the nucleus, that is the last but not the least. This is the, and after that there is a one topic remaining. So in this way our first unit is completed after the 2 lectures. Okay, thank you.